It's a beautiful Saturday morning. The birds are singing. The weather is giving what it's meant to give. All you have to do is wake up and smell the coffee. My name is Aina Raiza Koyo, and today I'm hanging out at the Village Garden, which is such an amazing place for you to grab breakfast, lunch, dinner, great conversations, and so much more. Let's see what the Village Garden has in store for us. Welcome back to Smell the Coffee. Let's have a look at some interesting news making headlines. The record restoration facility at the National Archives of Namibia has successfully been launched on Thursday morning. For the opening ceremony, the director responsible for archiving, Gerard Fries, represented the Ministry of Education, Culture and Arts and Culture, and Herbeck Beck, the ambassador of Germany in Namibia, introduced the new facility, which is a result of a cooperation between Namibia and Germany. After the cutting ribbon, Antoinette Mandi and Damine Hangula from the National Archive took over and showed how old documents such as maps from back in the days when Namibia was a German colony could be restored. Now both countries aim to reappraise their shared history and preserve historical documents, as well as make them accessible to the interested public. Germany took over the cost and trained the staff for the records restoration facility that is the first of its kind in Namibia. Julia DeBise was there. Let's have a look at this video.
Yeah. So, 1, 2, 3. RK2. It's quite thicker, it's not thin like the other RK0, which is more thinner. So if the mapper is too big, you check the fiber of the map, and if it's too thick, you use the RK2, which is the more thicker than LK1. So during the process, you also use a light plate to
zoom light.
Yeah. For example, where there's a big tear like this, you see, in this paper, there was this tear. So you have to put
paper, and then you use this to, and it actually dries up the starch, the glue, faster. But since we have one, if he is busy with the iron heat, I can still use the coal to dry up the glue from the record. I use the blotting paper, we'll show it to you now, because there is also another paper, they call it a holy text paper. So after doing all this, you take the holy text paper, you take the blotting paper, put it on top, you take the cardbox on top, and then they gave us sandbags just for weight to press it down. Yes. That sandbag, you put it down and then just leave it for a while for the glue to dry up. So you don't need to wait for the person who is busy with the iron heat. You need wood to wait for more humid. So then it depends on the type of record or how the map is. Maybe for 2 to 3 hours, or if it's in the afternoon, then we have prepared the map. We can wait up until in the morning. In the morning, then we put it inside. As you take it out, we have what you call precious, or for the weight. So on that cabinet, we put the cardboard, and then the...
Now moving on to our next story. A ministry official was arrested for poaching this week. The Environment Ministry has condemned an incident in which one of its staff members was arrested along with 3 other suspects on suspicion of illegally hunting a blue wild beast in the Dunfermline Park near Windhoek. Ministry spokesperson Romeo Muyunda said the arrest took place on Tuesday at a roadblock between Dunfermline and Windhoek. The ministry condemns the incident, particularly the alleged involvement of a staff member. He said ministry employees are critical in ensuring the protection and sustainable use of Namibia's wildlife resources for the benefit of current and future citizens. We urge the law should take its course and that justice must prevail in this case. Now, in our final story, we take a look at the earthquake that hit Syria. This report is compiled by Reuters.
Residents digging through a collapsed building in a northwest Syrian town discovered a crying infant whose mother appears to have given birth to her while buried underneath the rubble from this week's devastating earthquake, relatives and a doctor said on Tuesday. The newborn girl's umbilical cord was still connected to her mother, who was dead. The baby was the only member of her family to survive the building collapse on Monday in the small town of Cındaras, next to the Turkish border. Monday's pre-dawn 7.8 magnitude earthquake, followed by multiple aftershock, caused widespread destruction across Turkey and northern Syria. The rescue of several survivors from the rubble in Turkey lifted the spirits of weary search crews on Friday, 4 days after a major earthquake struck the country and neighboring Syria, killing more than 21,000 people. Cold, hunger and despair gripped hundreds of thousands of people who were left homeless in the middle of winter by the region's deadliest earthquake in decades. Several people were pulled from the rubble of buildings during the night, including a 10-year-old boy saved with his mother after 90 hours in the Samandag district of Hatay province in Turkey's south. Also in Hatay, a 7-year-old girl was rescued after 95 hours and taken to hospital, the state-owned Anadolu news agency reported. But hopes were fading that many more would be found alive in the ruins of thousands of collapsed buildings in towns and cities across the region.
After the break, we speak to Elzana Otto, who is the owner of the Village Garden. Stay with us.
Tourismus Namibia is a weekly tourism show that brings you the latest news in the tourism industry and topics related to that. Tourismus aims at reaching travelers, accommodation, restaurant establishments, agricultural and financial institutions. The show focuses on tourism news, where to travel to fit your budget, 4x4 drives, routes and destinations, and so much more. Tourismus is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com and cross-chat on the following Facebook platforms: the Republikein, Algemene Zeitung, Namibian Sun and Namibia Media Holdings. Contact Tourismus at synergy.com.na for news and advertising related queries. Tourismus, bringing the world to Namibia.
A wise woman once said, "Count the memories and not the calories." Now today here on Smell the Coffee, I am so delighted to be sitting next to the owner of the Village Garden. Her name is Elzana Otto. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well, and you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us on Smell the Coffee. It's such an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's get into the business of today, right? Talk to us about what it feels or what it means to be a restaurateur.
Yeah, I think it's a very exciting journey. You get to work with people and with food, and if that's your passion, you're very lucky to find yourself in such a position.
Yeah.
I think the fact that we are in such a beautiful environment really adds to that. And yes, love making beautiful things, whether it's food or the venue or a new menu coming up.
Yeah. You know, my love language is food, right? I love food. While we are talking about your menu, what is your favorite thing like on your menu, and what do you have to offer? Why would you say I should leave home on a Saturday morning or lunchtime to come to the Village Garden?
So I think we really, at this stage, we have a lot of emphasis on our breakfast.
Yeah.
A lot of our things are so popular. So one of the things is our breakfast bowl. We have another one, our potato rosti, which is like a eggs Benedict, but a little bit in our style. So overall, our breakfasts are very popular. And then I think with our new menu addition, our lunches will also starting getting as popular as our breakfast. And then our juices are also really good, all freshly squeezed juices.
I love that. What's your favorite juice? What would you say is your favorite juice?
I think it's a tie between our green juice, which is
Yeah.
like super healthy, or a pineapple juice, which is a little bit more indulgent because it's a bit sweeter.
I love that. I understand that you're having, a Valentine's dinner. Talk to us about that.
Yes, so on the 14th of February, we are hosting a Valentine's dinner here. It will be a 3-course meal.
Yeah.
We will have some wine tasting beforehand with Tomasa Trading. And then Lynn Marie will be also serenading us here for the night.
Oh, love. So, the Valentine's dinner, is it just, is the dinner is the giveaway? Is that what I understand, or are the prizes to be won?
No, there's no prizes to be won. What we are doing is on Friday night we had a speed dating event here,
Oh,
and then one of the
love.
couples won, with like the couple that matched the best, won a date here for Valentine's.
I love that.
Yes.
What do you love, about owning a restaurant?
I think for me the biggest thing is the people I get to work with. So not only the clients but also all of my colleagues.
Yeah.
I love the change that we can make in people's lives by offering them a job, offering them a safe space to come to every day, and just I think like I said, the biggest thing for me is working with the people.
Yeah. Since you own a restaurant, right? Do you enjoy food from other restaurants, or do you just like, no, I have my own place. I'm just gonna eat at my own restaurant?
I love eating out.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy going out, but honestly, I prefer a nice home cooked meal.
I love
Yeah.
that. So you enjoy being in the kitchen and you cook a lot. Awesome stuff. Tell us, why would you say people should come to the Village Garden? If you had to sell your restaurant, what would you say is that one thing that stands out about your restaurant?
So I think it's a bit difficult to pinpoint one thing. I think it's maybe a mixture of a few things.
Yeah.
I think our food is really good. It's all freshly prepared and really lovingly prepared. I think our environment is really a big aspect here. If you're sitting in, you can hear the water, you can smell the flowers,
Yeah.
you smell the nice things coming here from the kitchen. And then lastly, I think our staff is really, really good. Our waiters are super friendly, they're very attentive. So I think it's a good mixture and balance of the things coming together.
I love that. And in life, you need a good balance. And finally, please stretch some of the things that you want to discuss that maybe I didn't ask you about. Like anything that you want to tell our viewers that you felt that I didn't ask you about and you think it's really, really important that you mention.
So one of the biggest things here is our Sunday market that we do. It is every single Sunday from 9 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we do have local, so the whole focus of the market is local and sustainability.
Yeah.
So we have a whole food court over here where we sell vegetables and
love.
fruits and freshly baked bread. Yes, meat. Here is things like Indolicious always has a stand here. We then have a bagel and cocktail stand.
Oh, wow.
Then there's craft beer, yes, craft stalls, there's a kiddie section, and second-hand clothes, sometimes some pottery that you can buy.
Oh, love.
So yeah, the Sunday market is really like a nice big deal for us, and I feel like there's nothing to do on Sundays in
Yeah.
Windhoek. So we really want to offer people a place to go out to on a Sunday and come and enjoy themselves.
So what time does it start?
So from 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock. And then we also have live music, normally starting either at 9 or at 10 o'clock and then going up till 2 or 3 o'clock.
You know what? If I don't have anything to do tomorrow, I'm definitely gonna be here at the Sunday market, because there's absolutely nothing that I love more than mingling with other people while I can still get a good outfit and get a good plate of food. Love that. Thank you so much, Elzan, for
Great.
joining us.
Oh, such a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You are still watching Smell the Coffee. We will be right back shortly.
Flex is a health and fitness show that focuses on mind, body, and spirit. Flex aims to reach all audiences that would love to focus on the health of the mind, body, and spirit. The show is broadcasted on NTV, oneup2.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: The Republican, Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, Namibian Media Holdings, Sportsrec, Irongo, MyZone, We, and Ewi. Flex focuses on daily fitness, where we will be flexing our muscles, wellness interviews where we will be flexing our mind. For editorial and advertising queries, please contact zone@synergy.com.na.
Ohole So Nice is an entertainment show brought to you by the youth for the youth, aimed at having more young people showcase their individual identities. Making a good impression does not come easy. The nerves and the natural way youth interact when it comes to dating, well, this has changed over the years. This is a dating show that allows individuals to participate and be their own true selves. Ohole So Nice focuses on blind date, talk about that, news, flex your style, and more. This show is broadcasted on NTV, oneup2.com, and on the MyZone Facebook platform. To share your experience or make your product or service part of Ohole So Nice, contact zone@synergy.com.na. Ohole So Nice, because sabawelling isn't enough.
I must be the envy of most women, because I am sitting next to the chief of the village. I mean, what an honor. Dean, how are you?
I know, very well, and yourself. It's so lovely to have you guys here.
Thank you so much for having us. I am delighted to not only be chatting with you, but also to get to know the work that you do here. And that is what we are going to start with. Tell us, walk us through your journey of being the chief of the village, as you call yourself.
I mean, I think a title is one thing, but a chief seems to do everything around here. This is part of the responsibilities. But I got involved in the property here about 3 years ago, doing the management of the property and trying to develop the ethos behind it as more than just a space where people have an office or come to visit now and then, but to really try and create this atmosphere of a community and a social hub. Because this is what a village is. It's a gathering of people, and without the right people in the right spaces, you don't necessarily have the right ethos around. And so this is the work that I've been doing here, and with the opening of this beautiful space called the Village Garden here, we've really been able to take this development into a new level. And so this is what we try to create here.
So what other facilities do you offer here at the village as a whole?
So we have obviously the traditional office spaces and restaurants and things like that here, but maybe lesser known, we have accommodations here.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Suites.
Wow.
So yeah, we've actually recently upgraded them. It really is spectacular. So people can come and book in and stay here with us, and it's so convenient because you have access to restaurants. And there's actually a wellness center here called Maraki. So come and de-stress, get a massage. Or if you're on a business trip, we also have a co-working space here called the Village Hub. So people can come in and rent hot desks or small offices for flexible time frames as and when you need them. So we've got quite a lot of young, vibrant startups and entrepreneurs occupying the space at the moment. So there's a lot of networking opportunity to be had between these various businesses. And then one of my own personal side projects is called Urban Harvest, which is also located here at the village, which is essentially an urban agricultural company. And we specialize in hydroponics and aquaponics. So sort of using technologies integrated into food production. And one of the beauties of doing this here on site is that when you order a salad here at the village, you know that that lettuce has been harvested not 200 meters away from where you're sitting and eating. So it's as fresh as it can get.
I love that. Now that we're talking about salads and vegetables, I understand there's a vegetable garden here.
There is. So this is our urban farm that we run here. Actually a disused parking lot. So we do our food production right here on site without any soil actually. So it's a very innovative way. And I would love to give you guys a tour sometime.
Oh, we would love to come and tour your garden. Talk to us, about being a businessman. What are some of, competencies that one needs in order to run a successful business?
This is a challenging question. So my formal background, actually my studies is in finance and accounting. And although I never wanted to become a practicing auditor or a chartered accountant or anything like that, the financial background is of course important. It does help to not be intimidated by figures and bank statements and all these sort of nitty-gritty things. But I think ultimately the most important thing is perseverance.
Yes.
You need to persevere. When you don't understand something and you can't grasp something, keep on trying, keep on going at it, and understand that you can't do it alone. You need a team behind you, you need people to work with you. Without that, you're always limited to your own time and your own intellect, basically.
Definitely.
When you start pulling in the best of your team and start bringing them all together, it's incredible how much more you can accomplish.
Retweet everything that you say. I second. Thank you so much for joining us on Smell the Coffee.
Thank you, I know. It's lovely being here.
This has been Dean, the chief of the village, stressing why it is important to not only rise alone, but take others with you and work together to create dream work. We'll be right back.
Straight Talk is a debate competition for high school learners and a spelling competition for primary school learners, mostly focusing on current affairs among the youth. Contact Zone at synergy.com.na to share your products and services. Straight Talk. Don't raise your voice, improve your argument.
We came, we saw, and we conquered. This has been another fantastic episode of Smell the Coffee, the Saturday edition. My name is Aina Raiza Koya, and from all of us here at the Village Garden, it's all our love, all our light, and adios.